Hello everyone, welcome to Gentoo Rescue. Do you pronounce that Gentoo? 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 I don't know. But some kind of penguin, right? Anyway, so this is a puzzle game, relatively new, I think, right? Like earlier, well, last month sometime? No. In May. It came out in May. And I'm not going into this totally blind. I did watch someone play a little bit of the early game. And obviously I don't remember any of the solutions to any of the puzzles. I did learn some of the mechanics already. And so that's like a bit, you know, oh, that's too bad. It would be nice if I could learn all the mechanics. Because, like, you know, part of the fun is discovering the new mechanics. But my impression was that there's a lot to discover of complications and subtleties that you don't recognize at first. And also that the puzzles are not, like, trivial even if... Anyway, so I'm not going in as blind as I wish I were, but I suspect that I will soon outpace the stuff that I already know. And also, this is, like, probably too hard a puzzle game for me. I'm not that great a puzzle gamer. I did finish Patrick's Parabox, although I didn't finish all the optional puzzles. So, we're controlling a penguin. And our goal is to get the penguin to the little baby penguins. Okay, so yeah, you have to. Space, you say? Okay. And you're like, oh, great, let's go up this way, but, oh no, the penguin's too slippery. You can't go that way. So we're gonna have to, can we see my mouse on here? Yeah. We're gonna have to approach it from the right to here. So how do we get here? Well, we must have been there. How do we get here? We must have been there. Yeah, so I guess there's really only one set of things you could possibly do. So I can, if I wanted to, I could go back here, right? Okay, but I don't need to. Now there's two penguins. The blue guy doesn't need to get anywhere, huh? But the red guy, if he tries to go left, will slide right off the ice flow. So we need the blue guy here to stop him. And I guess that's easy enough, right? We just go like this. Cool. Now, it would be easy to do this, get the blue guy in, but then, of course, yellow won't be done. So, probably need blue here, so yellow can go here, and yeah. Tell me about blockers. Right, so there are a total of 4 penguin colors I found out through the settings menu to get things set up so it could be captured correctly. Obviously this would be easy, but probably not the right start. Although, maybe... How... isn't it, though? How could you not start with this? Like, obviously it's really easy to get... Oops. Everyone but blue, or but green in place this way, but of course we then can't follow up with green. But I'm imagining, like, how can yellow ever get, oops, to here, except by bouncing off the penguin who's currently right there? Because I don't think any penguin can ever get to this space, except the one who's already right there, yeah? And there needs to be a penguin here. And I can never get one back if I move this guy. So the only way this guy can get here is by bumping into this guy. And if I do anything else with him, like move him here to maybe help some other penguin, he won't be able to get back home. So I think he has to go there. And it seems like the same argument applies to Mr. Red, right? I think so. Because no one else could ever get to where green currently is. Okay. So these two are just like red herrings? And then I have to solve these two, I think? I've seen this puzzle solved, by the way, but I don't remember it, like I said. I mean, it looks impossible. Ah, hang on. It's true. Well, wait a minute. I was thinking, okay, it's true that I do have to do this and this, but maybe I don't have to do that first? Because it would be kind of cool if, like, red could be standing here for a while, so that blue could come this way and, right? Then go back. But now I don't think I can get red or yellow back to where they belonged. So I don't think I actually can bring red down. Blockers, it says. I can't believe that red and yellow are complete red herrings. Right, completely isolate. There's like, the red and yellow puzzle is super simple and doesn't affect the blue-green puzzle. Because I don't think there is a solution to the blue-green puzzle without the red and the yellow. But I don't know how to use red and yellow to help blue and green either. So if I do this, okay, fine. I don't see how that's helpful, but I thought maybe there might be some different behavior if you walk directly into another penguin versus slide multiple tiles to it. This is why I'm so bad at puzzles. Like, some kinds of puzzles I get. Like, I'm alright at crosswords, right? But... And I guess, like, I don't know, Minesweeper, and I did that puzzle where you had to, like, connect bombs to monsters and gems, or whatever that was called. That I was decent at. Puzzles where you can make sort of incremental progress. You can solve some square and say, okay, this is definitely solved. Here, it's like, well, all of the pieces might you can't really partially solve something until you see the whole thing. Like, I can do this, right? Partially solved, but this is not the path to a solution. Probably. Yeah, so I don't... How can you ever get someone here? Except by bumping into a penguin who's there. Or here. I don't think you can. And you can never get a penguin to end here. Ever. They would just fall off. Yeah, they don't want to do that. So... Like, this is the only possible start, and it's wrong. Isn't it? Oh, it's not. I see. I was too hung up on getting a penguin here, specifically blue, so that green could bump into him. But green can come in from the other side. Okay. And you try to go to this next puzzle, and it says, oh, well, the overworld is a puzzle, too. You can't get here because you'll fall off. So, presumably, someday in the future, we'll either learn some new technique that allows us to get here, although it seems unlikely, or we will somehow get some tool that would let us get there. Conjunction. So I did this one. I can now slide over here. New entry. Journal. Oh, interesting. Select hint to reveal it. Hints are supposed to make you think, so spend some time with one before revealing another. Most puzzles are optional. Don't be stuck for too long. You can come back later. So is this... What do you mean 1 of 4? 1 of 4 what? I don't know. Journal. We learned about broken tiles. And there's apparently 4 things we could someday learn about broken tiles, maybe. Huh. Okay. Q? Tab? Tab doesn't do anything. Oh, Tab and Q are... Oh, what the hell? That's crazy. You should... That's not... Okay. That's an insane button choice, but fine, whatever. Aha. Journal. Gentoo Rescue is about discoveries. You must perform an action before its journal entry is revealed. Use light bulbs to see the entries needed for the current puzzle. Light bulbs means a discovery is needed for the current puzzle. Huh. So, what do you mean? If I click this... Okay, required... Okay, I still don't totally understand what you're telling me here. Okay, penguin. Basics and win criteria. Each penguin circle must be occupied by a penguin of the same color. I like that, like, after you discover something, they write it down for you. That's nice. Okay, what else? Destructible walls. Yeah, we haven't seen one of these in the puzzle, but there was one in the main world, if you recall. I'll show you in a sec. Okay, and this says what's required for the current level, which I believe the current level is the overworld. So these are things... It's this section of the overworld, anyway. Yeah, so this here was a wall earlier. We bumped into it the first time when we came over. That's why we didn't slide across to here. We went up and came down, and now that wall is gone. But okay, cool. I appreciate the journal. So if I looked at that again, a discovery is needed for the current puzzle. Yes, animals can block for each other, you need to know, and something else. And we're faced today not with penguins, but seals. Now, I actually do already know from, as I said, watching this other video, what we need to know. Oh, was this dumb? I thought this might be helpful, but it looks like it might be useless. Oh, and it was cluing me. Yep, you should restart, idiot. Okay, got it. Okay, so... No, I think it's just saying... Once you've made an action, you can restart if you want. Oh, what is... Oh, I'm in the level ground rules in the level escape? I'm not... Okay, I don't know what that means. I don't think it's telling me you've ruined your life here. I think I have, but I don't think it... Let's actually go back to... I can't. I'm trapped. Okay, fine. I just wanted to see if it popped up that reset hint after you make a single move. So, okay. We need to get these guys into the water. They're seals, they love to swim. I think if I start here... Yeah, that's blinking. That's like, you are in hell, buddy. This is like, oh, you can restart if you want. Oh, How if... I can't get out. Oh, you can make them go across really fast if you tap a button while the animation's happening. It skips very quickly to the end of the animation, so you can do your next action. So if I hit like up left here, it goes to the up very quickly. So I don't see how I can accomplish anything, but it's not flashing the restart. So like it doesn't think I've ruined my life somehow. I think I have. I've seen the solution to this puzzle. No, so now in neither of these cases does it say, oh, you better restart. What am I missing? Like, okay, obviously, anyone who can get here can escape. Or here, or indeed any of these tiles, they can escape. The question is, how do I get two different walruses or seals or whatever? Do they have tusks? I guess they do. But walruses and... So they're walruses. Seals don't really have tusks. I can get one of them into this area quite easily. I don't see how I can get both. Because suppose I erase a seal. I send him into the great beyond. Now, there's no way another seal can escape from this position, right? I think that's fairly clear. The only thing you can do is go between these three tiles. So, anything that starts like this is dead, is a failure. This, he can't help at all from here, so that's no good either. So once I have a guy here, sending him left is pointless. The only thing I can do at that point is this. And then all of these actions are sort of immaterial. So the only thing I could do next is this. Then I have two choices. Oh, of course. All right. Finally, the analytical approach gets me there. Thinking through when I actually had choices, I immediately saw when I had a choice, and then it was like, oh yeah, obviously there's only one right answer, but it wasn't the one that felt natural without stopping to think about what my choices were. So let's see what it tells me about the rule that I learned. New rule. See, walruses must escape. Yep, get in the water, kids. Oh, and this even kind of tells me that they don't have to get to the edge of the puzzle. Water in the middle of the puzzle is fine, too. Okay, good to know. So now we have a seal, nope, a walrus, and a penguin. So obviously we're going to have to get the walrus here at some point, right? No, that would be impossible. He could never escape. I have to get the penguin here. Yeah, and then do... That doesn't quite work. Because I think I need the walrus to be here so the penguin can walk into him while the walrus is still free. So the question is, how does Mr. Walrus get here? That's probably important. Maybe? Maybe not. You're stuck now. Oh my god. So, how does the penguin get to here? He has to slide there from somewhere. Can't be from here or he'd slide off. From here, at first, looks possible, but the only way that would work is if the walrus were here, and in that case, the walrus would be trapped forever. So the penguin must get to here while the walrus is here. Or the penguin must get to here and then the walrus must get here, I suppose. How could the walrus get here while the penguin is still free to move on this area? Only if the walrus got to here somehow. How do you do that? I need the walrus here? He would have to come from here, but how did he get there? There was a penguin here, that's how. Got it. Okay. Working backward. So, what is this? This didn't show up in the other puzzles, I don't think. This kind of star. Maybe it did and I didn't notice, but I don't think so. Yeah, look. This one's glowing here, and these aren't. Is this like a solve it in the fewest number of steps possible? Are they punishing me for moving back and forth? 5 out of 94! Okay, not 94 pages. Probably. I've discovered 5 things, and there are 94 things to discover. I see 3 things here. 1 and 1. Yeah, okay. So there are 94 things that it thinks I might learn someday. Alright. So I can go down here and win this level. And I guess, actually, now that I've come down this far, I have to do that. Success. What the hell is this, by the way? A mask? Yeah, it's a disguised penguin. So what if I hit reset? Okay, it brings me back here, and indeed, there's that wall again. So I could come up here. Gray animals can't be selected. So this isn't exactly a penguin with a mask. It's a neutral penguin. I wonder why that's useful. I don't know. So I could go this way, though, and try out separation. Yeah. So... Wait, is this easy? No, right, okay. I was thinking I would do this, send you over, but the problem is he drowns first. I can't, like, bonk him into this wall twice. So... the only way over to this area is a one-way trip for blue through here. Now, that doesn't mean we should do that first. Maybe we should, maybe we shouldn't. But it's the only way across. I kind of think... like, isn't this just good? Because now I can... Nope. Oh, I said it was a one-way trip for blue, but actually either of them could go. Is this like a Hamiltonian path kind of thing, where... like, this... It kind of is, in a way. I don't know. This represents 3 one-way trips. And since we must take exactly 3 of them, we could either send blue across all 3 times, but I don't think there's a good way to do that. Maybe there is. There probably was. Let's try that again. I just put him in the wrong place, maybe. No, I don't think so. Because if I leave it this way, in order to get green safely, I have to send blue across one side or the other, doesn't matter which. And then green goes here, but now blue is trapped. So for that reason, I think we actually have to send green across. Because green's thing in the middle is more difficult to handle. Yes. Whereas blue's is in the corner, and he doesn't need the other penguin's help, whereas green does. Yeah, and I can't go that way. Okay. Yeah, in fact, I can't escape at all. The only solution to the puzzle at the moment is to restart and go again. Success. And so this was the world teaching us about ground rules. Ah. Undo? No, it doesn't. Okay, I thought it might let me start over from this spot. Okay. What is that? Ice, maybe? I mean, it's all ice, but that's like real ice. What can I accomplish at the moment? I could do this puzzle. I could do these puzzles. That seems like about it. Wait a minute. These are like colored ice. This is like only red can get through or something? Or only red can't get through? I don't know. Impossible. Yeah. Tiles with weather. Animals cannot move from these tiles. They can move through them, but they get stuck. I don't know why these two are... Oh! There are two yellow penguins in this puzzle. And I'm somehow, like, controlling both of them, I think. Yeah, one of them is selected. But they both seem to follow my instructions. Interesting. Well, I do agree this seems impossible. A discovery is needed. Yeah. Anything else I could try? There aren't any visits, so warp is about sublevels. Oh! Wait, wouldn't that be useful on the previous level? If I go back... how do I quit? Go to ground rules, right? If I say I want to warp... No, I guess it's not that helpful. I was thinking I could... Well, hang on. Reset. And then if I warp, is that interesting? No. I thought it might let me... I thought it might let me be here, but without these tiles having been revealed. Like, can I do that and then say I want to warp back to here? No, I'm still dead here. Okay, interesting. Okay, well, I don't see anything interesting with warp on this level. And impossible seems impossible. It's got a little thing on it. I don't know what that means necessarily. So... the only thing I can do is this, right? Or what if I were willing to drown you? No. Oh, there's a guy down here. He doesn't seem very useful at the moment. I need to learn a way to jump over water, maybe. It's a rocket. Okay, so this is the only thing it seems I can do at the moment. And doing it is easy. This might not be the best way to do it in terms of solving this overall level. Like, maybe I could come at it with red in a different spot than this, but for now, this seems fine. We're on Inception. And it's another level select screen. I can't select gray, right? I can't select gray, and yet I need him to go here, apparently. I need some new discoveries, yeah. So presumably this hammer will let me move gray involuntarily in some way. But for now, all I can really do is select red and go grab a hammer. Aha! With the hammer, you don't get stopped by one-way walls. So if I were to go back, I wouldn't have the hammer, would I? No. Okay. Mjolnir. What the hell? Who am I here? So yellow is already stuck in the middle of a sublevel. Or, well... yeah, okay. So if we exit the puzzle, I was here, right? And now, at the start of the level, yellow is already pinned in place. But there sure are a lot of hammers over there. So I could go do the level yellow's in, or I could see, can blue do something? Surely I discovered something about that. Yeah, so this ignores broken walls, yeah. Or, is that what they're called? I already forgot. Destructible walls. And this is all we will ever learn about destructible walls. They're one-time use, but the hammer goes through them. Okay. Replay? What do you mean replay? I'll just start this animation again. Okay, and we need some new discoveries to solve this level. Fine. Because we don't really understand what this is yet, even though I just walked into it. So what could blue do at the moment? Nothing. So I need to... I need to solve the level yellow is trapped in to continue making progress. Alright, well what happens if I hit a penguin with this? Uh-huh. He moves. Push another and take their space is something the hammer does. Yep. Well, I don't want to do that. So come this way. You, I do want to do that. Okay, now yellow is free. What if I hit you? Can I have your hammer? No. If you do this, you get stuck. But you do knock over this wall, so that could be interesting someday. Not now, though. The only interesting thing I can do is this, and then one of these two levels. I guess this one first? Because I can easily get back to this one, but not the other way around. Okay, I just had to know. Launched animals fly towards water. Oh, and they're showing me a different way you could launch, which doesn't involve a hammer. Which is some sort of infinite ricochet back and forth. The pushed animal will be launched if it can't reach the next tile. Can't reach the next tile. It's an interesting way of phrasing it. Okay. So red is a murder machine right now. Moving him left seems completely hopeless. Moving yellow anywhere seems hopeless, so let's go down. Then I want to do this, I think. Well, do I? Okay, so... And hitting these walls with the hammer is not interesting. The real walls. So doing all this is whatever. So I think sending a red here has to be the first step. Afterwards, the only thing you can really do is move yellow to, like, here. And sending yellow to hell seems like a bad idea. So I guess I need to do that, but from the other direction. I need red to be on top while yellow is where it currently is. Can I do that? I don't think so. I've made it back to the start position, though. I still think this is the only possible starting move. After which, you have to do at least this much. And if you do this, you're dead. So you have to do this. Or you could do this. But then the only next thing you could really... Well... No, this is the starting position again, you idiot. Oh, this is just... No, it's not easy. Because I can do this. But if I try to get red down here, he's going to kill yellow. He won't stop there. Okay, I found the start position again. Great. Oh my god. I don't need to make any new discoveries. Okay. I often try to approach these kinds of puzzles by saying, like, what moves are forced, and when do I have choices? Right? You saw me do that several times already this video, and indeed in this puzzle. And that works well as long as you're right about what moves are forced. If you're wrong, it just leaves you more firmly convinced that you should continue working on some dead end. So this is the start position. Yellow can't move right. That can't be move 1. He could move up. But from here, all he could do is move back and forth between these two tiles and not make any progress. So, without loss of generality, let's assume we move red down first. We could move him left, I suppose. But this does not lead to progress. So it has to be this first. And then yellow has the run of these 3 tiles. But whichever one he's on, the only thing we could do with red would be go up again, which gets us nowhere. Unless what we want to do is kill yellow, which it's not. So red, at this point, has to move right? No. Now that red's down, if red moves right, the only thing he can do is move left again. So that's not really anything. So you kind of need yellow to get to here. And I got this far. So I guess my question is, this position is different from the starting position, but how do I make it usefully different? How do I take advantage of having gotten here? It seems like this? Yes, there we go. Okay, and I believe, well, I could actually go check this puzzle, but let's see this one first. Stomp. So the walrus has to escape, and blue has to get over there. The other penguins, they don't really care if they die. They're suicidal or something. No, they're just nihilist. They don't want to die. They just wouldn't mind. Of course they're not really dying. They're going for a lovely swim in the sand. Okay. So, you could do that, for example, and then get bonked, which is not very helpful. How do we get anybody to move north, I guess is my question. Do we get anyone to move north? What if blue, like, okay, I can't win now. But what would happen if I did this? Okay, he doesn't, like, jump over this or something. That doesn't do anything. Okay. So how does anyone move north? The only way I could see that happening would be if there were a penguin standing where they wanted to go, blue could punch him in the head with a hammer. But how do I get a penguin on this tile? Because that's where blue has to go up. Or this tile. Because the seal could... no, Shift-Tab does not go back. Does Q select them in the other order? It does. Okay, interesting. Well, I don't know what order is what, so I'll just use Tab and... Can I... 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4? I can, if I could learn what numbers they were. Okay, so we need a penguin on one of these two tiles to win. Looks impossible at the moment. I could easily get a penguin here or here, right? Ta-da, there's a penguin here. Ta-da, there's a penguin here. I don't need to discover anything. It says you should be able to win this with what you know. So I could put a penguin here. I don't see how this is helpful, but I could do it. Oh, well, actually, I mean, it allows me to do this. Not sure how that's helpful either. Because now I can get a penguin here, which almost helps. Because if I wanted to, I could do this. But I still need to get up one more. It gives me the option to do this. But that's not enough, right? Still, this does seem interesting. This is the first thing that looks like progress on this level. So having done that, can I do anything with red now? I don't think so. I think all I can do is send them the sweet release of sand. Yellow can't get to any tile but these two. Bonking another penguin isn't interesting. What if it bonks a seal? That doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. Hints? Give me a hint. What am I missing here? A penguin with a hammer, on this puzzle, the blue one, can only reach tiles that are next to walls or occupied by another animal. That's true, because if they move to a tile that isn't next to a wall or occupied by another animal, they will necessarily continue sliding in that same direction. Sure. So it's still true that I need to get a penguin to one of these two tiles. Right? Well, no, it's not. possibly I could get a penguin here, walk over here, and then punch another penguin here, right? To slide over. I don't see how to make that happen, but it's not the case that I must get a penguin to one of these two tiles, which is good, because I don't see how I can do it. And we found a way to get the blue penguin here. It just cost us too many other penguins. We couldn't get someone staying there while all this was happening. If I were to move him up into this row, then over, then up, then over, I think he would have to punch all three animals, right? Because he'd have to punch one to get up. Well, I can't get someone I can't get him directly here because that would need me to get another animal on this tile, which seems difficult. What I was able to do was this, so that I can make use of a penguin here. But that required me to sacrifice the green walrus. Which is fine. I sack a walrus to get over one, then the white yellow penguin to get up, and then I just need the red penguin to still be here somehow, which I don't see how I can do. Alright, let's skip this one for now. Because we also had this as a choice. Suspicious wall there. Stopping someone with a hammer from going that way, I guess. So it seems as though I need to do this so I can kill this idiot. Ah! I was going to put green here and have red punch him on the way out, but that does not work. Ah, but no. Help! I think this is the only way. Well, hang on, maybe it's not. I could get green to go up instead of down if I approach things from this side. Is that better or worse? Not sure. Is there like a redo button? X, I guess, is redo. Okay. So, I think I need to get red here. That's the only way to kill the gray imposter. And where are the places that I could have green after doing that? I think here, here, and here are the main ones, right? Because, like, red has to bump into him, which sends him either up or down. And at that point, he can go up or down himself, so it doesn't matter which way I was moving when I pushed him. See, that doesn't work. Ah, hang on, though. If I put red here, now I can... No, is this going to work? It is not. I have to do that without destroying this first. Okay, can I do that? Not easily. In order to get red to stop here, I need green to stop here. Ah, which I can do without destroying the other wall in this way. But now red's on the wrong side. I need red over here when green gets here. Can I do that? Yes. Now green is free to go. Okay, nice to solve a puzzle. It's been a while. Let's check this one. Preservation, it's called, huh? Yeet. Okay. That was not productive. I just wanted to see a penguin fly over the wall. What is even the goal here? We want the two penguins to swap sides, obviously. Getting someone to where green currently is, to the red circle, is pretty easy. We just have to do like this, basically, right? And not have green be standing there. So getting to where red currently is the interesting part. Now, I could get there pretty easily, but in doing so, I take away my route back to here, right? Currently, this is my best idea, and it's a bad one. Okay. Ah, actually, it's great. Okay. So this is no good. We got to pick up the hammer before we can do that. So we got to go this way. Okay, indeed, as I sort of guessed, these are walls ignored by dudes of the same color. At first, I thought it would be a wall present only for things of that color, but then there was one that stopped me when I was a different color, so it must be the... Okay. Well... There are two possible starting moves. This one, which goes nowhere. Well, I guess there's three. We could do this, which is losing. Or this one, which goes somewhere. Right. I did it! Did it say March? No, yeah, March. So I gotta punch that guy a few times. Seems like if you punch him once, another time would be easy. But I guess... the point is you don't have to punch him both times at once. Like, obviously we don't want to do this, but... if I could get someone here with the hammer and punch him down... yeah, I need to punch him down again eventually, but it doesn't have to be now. Maybe having the guy with the hammer stand here for a while is productive. How do I get anywhere on this level? Sending red to the right is an immediate failure. Sending the seal over here doesn't do anything. Sending red up seems to be another dead end, right? I don't need to make any new discoveries. I just need to be better at puzzles. Oh, of course. I can send you over and then Red like this. Get out of the way. That doesn't help, does it? Well, yeah, it does, because now Red can do the thing I was just doing on the last levels, right? Now Blue can get out of the way. Oh, I thought I'd have to punch him twice, but no, it moves him all the way? I guess I forgot that. Huh. Anyway, now Red can be satisfied and we can get out like that. Interestingly, I can't get to those last two puzzles from here. Well, Blue could do it, sort of. No, I guess not. Just kill a guy, huh? I didn't solve this one. Yeah, I don't know how. I feel like I thought about the hint for a while already. Give me another, I guess. So I already looked at this one. Yeah, I know. Place the other animals on tiles I want Blue to get to. Yeah, no problem there. But how? No wall can be used to reach the top row. So one of those penguins has to stay there. Yeah, that's true. But that seemed impossible. So I guess this is the hint that tells me I was wrong about something. You're right. One animal does have to stay on the top row because there's no other way you could stop there. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I... So what I was doing before was this. But there's another way to get someone there. It's this. Now we're all set. Okay, got it. Hint number 3 was what I was missing. Oh, no, I can't do... I was like, I can do this puzzle. But no, instead I just killed Blue. So how do I get anywhere from here? Alright, that's not a good idea. Oh, I can do this. I learned about this just a minute ago in this area. Break. So I need to get yellow into green's goal area, or else green will slide through it into defeat one way or the other. So this seems sort of necessary as a start. Although I'm not sure where to go from here. This just kills him. I don't want to kill him. Now he's frozen. I was wrong when I said that it was necessary for yellow to go left. Going up is still useful because it lets green go down. Not sure what the use of that is, but maybe there is some. Like, I can get yellow here, but I can't then get green back. Still, it seems like a more promising start than what I was doing a minute ago. I could do this. Don't think I want to. Do this. Don't think I want to. Ah, there we go. Sorry to sack you, Mr. Seal. Oh, he didn't escape! Right. I need him to actually get out as well. I can't... I can't just leave him here. He has to escape. He doesn't have a circle, but that's because he's a seal. We still care what happens to him. I've already forgotten what I did to get there. How did I do that? I was here. Then I did this. Ah, that was the move. Okay. Well, oops. I mean, I can do this so the green is in position to move up. Right? If I could teleport yellow seal here, we would have a win condition. So could I do this but backwards somehow? I don't think so, because I don't have a wall on this side. Really? Yeah, it did say that, didn't it? When an animal can't move into a square it's been pushed into, it gets launched all the way to the nearest water, not just one tile. I think that was the key point that I missed here. This, launched animals fly towards water. Yeah, see, look, he doesn't just... Well, wait a minute, what? So he could have, I guess, gone either way, in principle. This way, towards water. They're both water. The difference doesn't matter. But if an animal tries to get pushed somewhere and can't, it is, like, destroyed. It is sent into water. It doesn't get pushed somewhere else that it could get pushed to or something. Interesting. Not sure, oops, what I can do with this, though. New entry. Oh, you can be pushed out of weather, sure, with a hammer. Fine. And then that's also an entry under hammer. But I'm stuck here, so... Now... Oops, I could do this. Oh, if someone with a hammer is pushed, they push the next person, I guess is what I'm learning. A pushed animal will not be launched if it pushes another. I see. Okay. Right, because if this guy didn't have a hammer and I tried to push him, he'd be launched into space. But there is a way for him to move forward, which is to push someone else. Okay, cool. Well, I solved the first 2 worlds, kind of? I don't know. Seems like a good stopping point for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.